We are back with a brand new video, and guys, the game is not even over. Well, it is over, but it's not technically over. But I'm just getting this recording over with, man. I don't even want to think about this game again for the next couple days. This is embarrassing. Like that's the only word I can use to describe how pathetic the effort was tonight. We had a player for the Boston Celtics who is probably one of their most important players, if not their most important player, in Marcus Smart being out. And we did not take advantage of it. Yes, I know we were missing Tyler Hero, but he wouldn't have changed the fact that we got blown out by 30. We're getting blown out by 30 right now, and we're probably going to get blown out by more considering we took our starters out. But, yeah, it was just a terrible performance from the Miami Heat. Probably one of the worst playoff games I've ever seen from the Miami Heat. Like, maybe even the worst, bro. Like, it was bad. Like, terrible. And, you know, there's not much for me to say apart from the fact that we got outplayed. But we will be talking about some of the, some key points about this game. So leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and check out my second channel if you've not already. Let's get right into it. From the start, I even tweeted this before the game started that Boston was going to come out desperate. They're 4-0 after losing a game in these playoffs. And they came out and they showed that desperation early. I said that the Miami Heat were going to have to play as the underdogs and not, act cocky and act like they've won the series already. And it showed tonight who was the more physical team. It showed tonight who was the more desperate team. And it showed who wanted it more. And it was the Celtics from the opening tip. I know we missed shots. And yeah, we're going to get to the shots that we missed. We missed a ton of open shots. But that's inexcusable. The effort level is inexcusable. The fact that I know the refs played a part in this because they did not give us any calls, but in the first half, a lot of the fouls from the Heat were just plain and simple, like reaching in randomly, not shuffling your feet, getting caught out of position, not securing the defensive rebound. Like offensive rebounds for them were crazy. They killed us on that category. They shot worse from three than we did. They shot 15% from three. They didn't even shoot that well from the field. They shot 36%. But the reason they won this game was because of their defense. And I know Robert Williams being back makes a huge difference for that. But they're missing the Defensive Player of the Year. We just played terribly. They limited their own turnovers. They out-rebounded us by damn near 20. Which is not going to win you games if you get out-rebounded by that much. Defensive rebounds, we only had 25, and they had 12 offensive rebounds. That's not a recipe for success. You can't get beat on the defensive glass every single time. Like, it's crazy. Every time they were missing a shot, I thought, okay, good defense, but they were just securing the offensive rebound. Bam, no-show, absolute no-show. From last game, he dropped 31, and he tricked me because I thought he was going to keep up the same intensity. I knew he wasn't going to drop 31, but I thought he was going to drop at least 20. He ended it with 9. Jimmy was not 100%. He played this game. I don't know why he played if he was not going to attack the rim, because if he's not attacking the rim and if he's not, driving, he's pretty much going to be neutralized by the defense. They were putting Robert Williams on him, and he was just, letting Jimmy take jump shots, and he was sagging off of him and playing drop coverage against him. And yeah, it was ugly. It was just ugly basketball for the Heat offensively. And then defensively, it was more of the same. I thought we did a pretty good job holding them to only 57 points, considering the amount of offensive rebounds that they got. I thought the defense in general wasn't too bad. I just thought that, it was the hustle plays, it was the effort. It was stuff like that really killed us. It wasn't like the defense. Like the defense, I thought on like individual possessions were fine. I just thought that it was after the defense, like committing silly fouls. Dwayne Dedmon, bro. Like I'm tired of Dwayne Dedmon. I don't care. I know this might be like reactionary, but he has done nothing in the playoffs for me to warrant that he deserves a contract next year. Duncan Robinson, I know he has been out of the rotation. He's a bit rusty, but still, you cannot be fouling 3-point shooters like that and just getting away with it. Like you're just bailing out the defense. Like close out if you want, but stop committing unnecessary fouls. We're literally playing a zone. We have to play a zone to hide this dude on defense. Like that's the only reason we're playing a zone is to hide Duncan Robinson on defense. Play Caleb Martin more minutes. Play Oladipo. Play Gabe Vincent. Stop playing Duncan Robinson. He's not a guy that you should be playing in this series. I know we can hurt the Celtics from three, but his three-point shot is not falling. And on the top of that, every time he's in the game, they're licking their chops and setting a screen to isolate onto him every single time. Max Strus, zeros across the board. Literally nothing. Like, no points, no rebounds, no assists, no steals, no blocks. He's going to have a Tony Snell stat at the end of this game. PJ Tucker, 0 points. Kyle Lowry, 3 points. Like you're not going to win with your starters. None of the starters scored above 10. Oladipo, shout out to him because he deserves a ton of credit. He was the only person who played. Like, basically, he was the only person who gave us anything. I thought Gabe Vincent was giving us some deflections off the bench. I thought Martin was doing really well. But apart from that, like, the bench was the only reason we even scored. The starters were terrible. They were downright atrocious. And, you know, we did miss Hero's spark off the bench. I'm not going to lie. But I did think that the Celtics, like, they still out-hustled us. They still out-physicaled us. And like I said, man, I don't really care. Like, yeah, we missed shots, and I think we're going to knock down those same threes at home. The role players always play better at home. That's something we got to remember, and it's very valuable that we have home court advantage. But the effort levels is something that you can control whether the shots fall or not, and that's what I'm most disappointed in because this team prides itself on being what is the slogan? Like Pat Riley's famous slogan, the toughest, meanest, nastiest, hardworking team in the NBA, physical, like all these adjectives that people use to describe the Heat. We didn't live up to any of that tonight. Like, we didn't, show what Heat culture was. We literally wilted under the pressure. The Celtics literally punked us every single possession. And missing shots, playing bad. Like, if you miss shots, if you turn the ball over, that's something that can all be, controlled by you just thinking the game better and getting more practicing with your shots and stuff like that. But the toughness, the intensity, the effort levels, those are the more concerning things for me, because I don't care how many shots you miss, you better play with the same intensity and effort that you've shown in some of these big time wins this season. Like, you cannot let the Celtics out physical you and out hustle you. I'm gonna keep saying it because that's I think the reason we lost this game. I know we missed shots, like I said, but you cannot let the Celtics do that to you. And they did. They threw the punch. We didn't respond. It was a repeat of Game 3's first quarter, except the Celtics actually made it close at the end, and we didn't. And we are going to go back to Miami with the 2-2 series. They're going to have the momentum because they're coming off a win. They're going to get Marcus Smart back probably. Yeah, we're going to get Hero back. But Game 5 is a must win. If we win Game 5 on our home floor, if we do not win Game 5 on our home floor, it's going to be so tough. It's going to be hard for me to see us winning the series. I picked us in 7, but for that, we're going to have to win Game 5 because I doubt, and I'm saying this because I hope I'm wrong, but I don't know if we're going to win Game 6 in Boston after losing Game 5 in Miami if we lose that. So we squandered an opportunity to close this out. We really did. We let them back into the series. It's now 2-2. It's a fair game now. Anyone's series. A 3-game series. The only positive out of this is that we have home court advantage, and that's the only thing that I'm looking forward to is going back to Miami and getting this loss under our belts. Everyone is gonna be embarrassed by this loss. I'm sure we're gonna get the quotes in the press conferences from Bam and Jimmy talking about how they have to be more aggressive. I don't really care about what they say. I just want to see it. I know Jimmy's compromised, but Bam, after scoring 31, this is unacceptable. And it wasn't just Robert Williams out there. Al Horford was guarding him the whole game, and the same shots that he was hitting over Al Horford, he wasn't even attempting against them. And it's not even about the shots, the amount of shots he makes. It's about the amount of shots he attempts, bro. Like, you cannot attempt that little amount of shots. Lowry, again, like the thing about Kyle is we're gonna need him to step up in one of these games as a scoring output. Yeah, he can pass. Yeah, he can defend. But he pushes the pace. He really made a difference as to why we won the game in Game 3. But with Hero out, you needed these guys to step up offensively, and it seems like none of them but Oladipo got the memo. So, we're going back to Miami on a 2-2 tie series, man. Very disappointing, like hugely disappointing. I'm just frustrated. It's just not. I'm not even mad, bro. It's like Like I really was hyped and amped up, and I was waiting until this game started. I was like nervous, jittery, and then it was just such a letdown from the Heat. For all the fans who watch you play, like do you not have any sense of pride to at least play hard, even if you're not making shots? Like, that's the only thing that I care about. But it's whatever, man. We'll go back to Miami. We'll regroup. Hopefully we come out with a sense of urgency. Like, please just come out with a sense of urgency. The offense and the made shots and stuff, you can take care of that by Spo changing the scheme and all that stuff up. But that's up to him to decide what he wants to do with the scheme. I think that we got to move the ball more on the offensive end, but I think most of it starts on the effort levels and on the physicality, as well as the intensity that the Heat have been playing with in games that after they've won. And in game 2 it was the same story, and now it looks like it's going to be the same story in game 4. So again, brutal loss, like absolutely brutal loss. Caleb Martin, Oladipo, shout out to them, because they're the only 2 players I would say who can walk away from this game with their heads held high, because they're the only players that even showed any flashes of wanting to win this game. Everyone else just looked like they wanted to give up from the opening tip. And yeah, we'll get Hero back. Hopefully Butler will get some more rest underneath him. Same with Tucker and Lowry. And hopefully someone tells Bam to shoot the ball, and hopefully someone draws something up for Bam like they did in game 3 to make him be aggressive, because it seems like after every game that he plays well, he follows it up with a dud, and we cannot have that against the Celtics. So yeah, hopefully we win game 5, man, but this was hugely disappointing, especially because the Celtics didn't even play that well offensively. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here, man. Hopefully the refs are better too. I'm not gonna get into that, but I'll see y'all later as always.